All right, sweet. It looks like we're back in it again with another fantastic live stream. How's everyone's day going so far? How we doing? How is everyone doing today on this lovely Tuesday night, this Tuesday afternoon? Let's see, we got first in the chat. Joseph Keen, good to see you, man. Tongue Face, what's going on, dude? Squirrely Nuts Airsoft, my man. Good to see you as well. Ready to surprise everyone today? 0 Days, how is everyone? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. And yes, don't forget to like and subscribe. Yes. Oh, please. Right? Again, lets us know that you guys want us to continue putting out all this free, amazing content for you. Zubinel, my man, what's up, dog? What is going on? True Raider 21, first time here. Hi, everyone. Hey, welcome. First time viewers, honestly, are always welcome. Welcome to the Mayo Gang. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Again, make sure to go ahead and share this around with everyone and let people know that we are going live right now. This is the spot to be if you want to hang out with the rest of the Airsoft community and also increase your odds of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Whew. I'm not gonna lie, right before the stream started, I completely gorged my face. I was incredibly hungry all day today. I ate way too fast. I got a little bit of a tummy ache, but we're gonna power through this. South Texas Airsoft, what is going on, man? Good to see you as well. Dartree, my brother, how you doing? Colin Bailey, Oscar Padilla, Jeremy Wilson, hello. Jeremy Wilson, hello everyone, and finally got the image 4 set up and unboxed and recorded. Shout out will be on the field test. Hell yeah. Homie Ness, good to see you as well, dog. Good to see you as well. Good to see we got a good crowd going on right now. We already got over 30 viewers right now. Guys, there are only 8 likes. Guys, make sure to leave a like on this live stream. Lets us know that you guys want us to continue putting out all these amazing streams out there for you. All this free content for everyone. So make sure to go and leave a like now while you guys can. What's good, man? Good to see you as well. Good to see you as well. Richard Delahaye, what's up, dudes? How's it going? 3:30. Oh, Jesus. 3:30 in the morning, boys. Hey, you know what? Appreciate that you were watching this early in the morning, Mike, or late at night. Morning? This early in the morning. Hell yeah. Good to see everyone. Good to see everyone right now. Yes. I love seeing it. Make sure to leave that like. Hell yeah. AK or M4, that is a great question. That is an age-old question. I will definitely be answering that question as well. I want to go over a few things first. I'm going to give some more time for more people to go ahead and join in on the stream. Looks like we got a good amount of people joining in. Looks like we got a good amount of people joining in. Likes are going up. Got to keep seeing them up. Got to keep seeing them go up as well. Got to keep seeing them go up. Is lapping your barrels worth Man, DJ, my man, dude, good to see you as well, brother. Good to see you as well. Again, guys, we're going to be starting in just 2 more minutes? Fish Stickum, good to see you. Good to see you as well, my brother. Good to see everyone joining in on tonight's live stream. It's going to be a fantastic stream tonight. I'm super excited for it. Let's see here. Yes, just getting some last minute things. There you go. Sweet, dude. I'm excited. It's been a pretty good day today. It was actually a pretty good day today for me. I was able to get some work done. Got some filming done for the main YouTube channel as well. And ahead of our new video, which is going to be going live this week, I'm actually looking forward to. Another video which I'm hosting. I thought it was actually pretty funny. There's another list style video that's going to be going live later on this week on Friday. So stay tuned for that as well. Hell yeah, what are your thoughts, Richard? Hey, what are your thoughts on the G&G Lev R, dude? Dude, honestly, it's going to be a very interesting gun. When we finally get it in, I want to do some testing, of course, right? I don't have a lot of hands-on experience with it myself. However, I am very intrigued. I am very, very intrigued, and I cannot wait to see it. All the sort of little things about it definitely have me interested. You know what I mean? I do love the fact that, again, being able to swap uppers is going to be a super easy process. That looks cool. And I'm very interested to see all the different kind of builds that people are going to start putting all together. Let's see here. Minduck, good to see you as well, man. Hello. We'll go ahead and officially start the stream. Why not? It's 7:35. Guys, welcome to another episode of the No Flight List live stream. My name is Isaias, and I'll be your host for tonight's live stream. It is good to see everyone tuned in for tonight. I appreciate every single one of you taking the time out of your day to go ahead and watch the content that we put out there. And if you haven't already, I'm going to ask that you guys make sure to leave a like on this live stream. We only got 19 likes right now. Make sure to go ahead and let us know because it lets us know that you guys want us to continue putting out all this free content for you guys, right? doing the shopping spree giveaway, right? And if you guys are wondering what is the shopping spree giveaway, it is a weekly shopping spree, or a weekly raffle that we do for a shopping spree, in which the winner can win up to $1,000 shopping spree. It's absolutely insane. All you got to do is place a $20 or greater order. I'm going to link the rules down into the live chat for everyone to go and take a look for themselves, right? Very easy to do so, right? $20, that's really all it takes. BBs, batteries, chargers, green gas. It can literally be for anything, and you will automatically enter for this week's shopping spree. It's happening in 2 days, and the prize pot's actually at $1,000 right now. It's the max that it can go. $1,000 is $1,000, man. You can do a lot of damage with that. So make sure to get your orders in now while you can, especially with the promotions going on right now. If you guys notice on my left-hand side right here, every $50 will be getting you 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Very easy to take advantage of, right? $50 is going to be 5, get $100, it's going to be 10, and so on and so forth. But right now, when you order yourself one of the Mayo Gang MGC4 series, any one of the models, what color, what variation, Mark 1, Mark 2, doesn't matter. Order one of these bad boys before the end of the live stream. That's going to be 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 in about less than 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours. Order one of these guys, and you'll be getting 50 entries into this week's shopping spree giveaway. So make sure to get those orders in now while you guys can. And already we got people placing their orders. Cody getting himself the 5 entries. Same thing with John getting himself the 15 entries. Shout out to those guys getting themselves the extra chances of winning $1,000. You guys can be just like them, but you guys got to get your orders in now while you guys can. And we got a poll going on right now that Bossman put out for us. Do you care for industry drama? Yes, it affects the way I buy. No, who cares? Looks like we got yes at 38% and no, who cares at 62%. I guess it is kind of interesting. Like I would assume most people wouldn't really care too much about the drama, but I guess it can kind of affect maybe like your decisions, right? If you found out some really, really bad stuff about one company, I could see how that might persuade some people to maybe avoid that company altogether. I guess it can make sense. It does make sense when I think about it that way. It does indeed make sense. All right, now this is going to be a no flightless live stream, and for those that are joining us for the first time, first of all, welcome, always appreciated. But normally on our Tuesday streams, I like to go ahead and have a special guest join in with us as well. Now, this is also a Q&A live stream, so if any of you guys have any Airsoft related questions, make sure to go ahead and do so and ask your questions away out in the live chat. But you just got to put the letter Q right in front of your question. Definitely makes it a lot easier for me to go ahead and see and identify. Yeah. Oh man, my throat is like killing me right now. But yeah, make sure to go ahead and let me know down in the live chat so I'm going to be able to see and identify the actual questions themselves, right? Let's see. And then in terms of this, do you care about industry drama? I mean, I guess it depends on the drama. It really depends on what the drama is. But if I had to go with one, I would say I'd lean more towards no, who cares? I mean, it'd have to be some pretty serious stuff in order for me to really care at the end of the day. For me personally, but again, like I think typically I'm very much a, like, if it doesn't directly affect me type of guy, you know, that I'm not really going to be too much into it, especially when it's like in the industry, like, you know what I mean? I don't really care for industry drama. At the end of the day, I just want to play some Airsoft. That's literally all I care about. I just want to be able to play. That's if it affects me in some way, then like sure, it might affect the way I like make a decision. But typically for me, I'm more of a, you know what? It doesn't really concern me. Drama's drama. I'm gonna let that play out. I'm gonna do me. I'm just gonna do me, right, and just play. And if it is something really big, then yeah, obviously. But yeah, that's honestly where my stance is on that. But let me know what you guys think as well about that as well. If you guys want to elaborate on your answers. Again, if you haven't voted in the poll, we only got 19 votes. Only 19 people have voted, so make sure to go ahead and get your votes in now while you guys can. All right, now, as is per tradition for my Tuesday live streams, I like to go ahead and have a special guest brought on to the stream themselves, right? I'll usually go do a Discord call. Right now, I actually got my main man, Squirrely Nuts Airsoft, right? I've actually been subscribed to his channel as well. He has been putting out some content on his own personal YouTube channel as well. And you know what? I kind of figured, you know what? Since he has been a long-time viewer, actually, I remember some of the first streams that he joined on. I remember him joining on. He's been very active in the Discord chats and everything, and he's been just a really, really cool guy to interact with whenever we've hung out during his streams on our own personal time. So I figured, you know, might as well go ahead and have him be brought onto the Discord call right now. Why not, right? Why not just go ahead and bring? Because I like talking to people individually on an individual level. I think that is definitely the most fun I have when being able to have a one-on-one conversation and have them help me answer some questions as well. Again, just trying to get to know more people as we go along with these streams. But I'm going to give my man a call right now. I'll go ahead and give him a call right now and see if he can go ahead and pick up. Why don't we? Let's see here. Let's raise up this volume. Hello, is this Mr. Squirrely Nuts Airsoft at the end of the line? There you go. All right, cool. Do me a favor, Squirrely Nuts. Can you do a mic check 1 2 3? Mic check 1 2 3 for me, please.
Mic check 1 2 3.
If you guys can go ahead and hear him, make sure to go ahead and let me know in the live chat if I need to adjust the audio. It seems like he should be good for right now. Let me know if, again, if I need to make the adjustment. I can do that on the fly. But first and foremost, welcome Squirrely Nuts Airsoft to the Airsoft GI No Flight List live stream. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to you and a thank you to you for taking the time out of your day for actually coming on to the stream. It has been, I definitely have, I thought for a while that you had already been on the stream, and I think I just might have misremembered something, but when I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, I haven't brought him on yet, and I've been lurking in your streams as well, so I think it's only right that maybe I go ahead and give you the opportunity to jump on here as well.
No, thank you. I honestly, I greatly appreciate it. No, I haven't been on before. I've always been wanting to, because once you started doing your live streams, I was like, okay, he's an LMG guy. I can get behind this.
Absolutely. I always appreciate whenever I can meet up and link up with another LMG connoisseur, another aficionado of the heavy guns. Definitely superior to our standard rifleman brethren.
Yeah, and there's nothing against a good rifle.
Of course.
I mean, my go-to is Lancer Archon that I've completely built out. But when it comes to LMGs, my real love of it comes from actually carrying one in the military. I was the 249 gunner of my squad in my platoon, and I utterly fell in love with that 249 then. I love shooting it, and I miss it. So Airsoft is my way of being able to actually get one again and have one.
Oh, absolutely. I know that there are plenty of guys out there who have done, or come from prior military service, maybe even law enforcement experience as well, that do want to find maybe beyond something just a regular, like a training sort of platform, but more so just something to have fun and to really implement maybe some of the skills or lessons that they might have learned, tactics to bring onto an actual field and just kind of use that on a daily basis. And it's just fun. Like at the end of the day, it is just fun. So you kind of already kind of dove into your history behind there as read already. You kind of dove into your history already in terms of, come from a military background as well. But when did you actually start playing Airsoft? Actually, I'm very curious. Like, how old were you? How long ago was this?
That was many, many moons ago. It was right around 2004 to 2005 time range.
Oh, wow.
For me, coming out of high school, actually having my own money and going to Walmart and buying like the clear Beretta 92F and starting pretty much on there, and everybody just bought Springers and we got shotguns, and I had a couple friends that actually got a couple Springer like M4s, and we would just shoot at each other like recklessly and abandoned in some of our houses, and also in the backyard, but never really playing any official games. And AEG at that time was as well as super expensive. So we never really pursued it past that. And it was just this last year or so, I was watching like C7 Viper and Swamp Sniper videos back to back. And I was like, I never really actually played a legit game of Airsoft. And now it has changed a lot over like 20 years. What do I need to learn? Dove in head first, researched all the changes that happened in the last 20 years in Airsoft, and understanding differences between BB weights and changing out buckings and all the new little intricacies. And I was like, okay, I'm sold. And I started with buying a YouTube unboxing mystery box, and that's where I got my Archon from.
And that has become, ever since then, that's become like your go-to primary, from what I understand, correct?
Yes. My rifle's name is Tiny Tina, after the Borderlands character.
When you said what your the name of what it was, Tiny Tina, I was like, does he play Borderlands? I'm willing to bet he does.
Yeah. I'm a huge Borderlands fan, and what I've done is it started with Max Hop Up, that I got out of a mystery box from Team Shadow Airsoft. And Max Hop-Up started, and then I got the unicorn bucking, got a unicorn barrel. And then I went the route and I dove into my first gearbox with it and switched it out for 16-to-1 gears. Everything I pretty much, except for a few things I got from GI. But ZC Leopard, 16-to-1 gears. I got a 35K Titan G&G motor in there. Rebuilt the whole compression set. I got that from elsewhere. I'm sorry.
No, it's understandable. It's understandable. I see how it is. But again, I'm glad at the very least the base gun, the base gun itself, you did get from a YouTube unboxing mystery box. So I'm pretty sure, safe to say it was a win.
Total win. $260 gun out of a $180 or $175 box. Total win.
Which again, guys, I'm telling you, if you guys want to go in and try your luck as well, make sure to go in and check out the mystery boxes that we have available. We pack these bad boys out with hella winnings. If you guys want one that's going to have a preset prize list where you're basically guaranteed to win something much higher than what you actually spent, I'm going to recommend that you get yourself the Platinum 2024 Hot Releases mystery box that's available right now. Right, make sure to go and get your orders for that now while you guys can. And again, make sure to check out all the new products we have available on the site as well. I also wanted to give a shout out as well. Looks like a Mr. What was his name? What is his name? Mr. Christopher got himself an additional 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Guys, you can be just like all the previous guys I've given shout outs to. Make sure to get those orders now while you guys can, because again, once 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time hits, the X promotions are going away. And in fact, a lot of the deals that we got going on right now, all these sales that I have highlighted, a lot of these items and deals are going to be expiring. So make sure to take advantage now while you guys can. All right, so you've definitely taken the deep dive for sure. Obviously, you've been able to the point where I actually want to congratulate you too for having the balls to actually disassemble your gearbox and being able to get into it. I think this is definitely something that I think more people should be willing to at least try like once or twice in their life, just to get a better understanding of the gearbox. How quickly were you able to like sort of pick up, being able to go into the gearbox yourself, or have you been having someone else do it for you?
I literally watched Cisco's gearbox breakdown video series, and then I did it in 2 hours, complete shim job and all.
Hey, that's impressive, dude. Actually, no, in all seriousness, that is actually genuinely impressive. There are not too many people that I know of that can actually just like watch, maybe like even if you're following along with the video, it's still difficult. Like, it is actually still very difficult, at least for me. I can speak on my own behalf, where it's like I can watch all the videos in the world, right? And I will still struggle. I'll be like, wait, I think I missed something. This is not as easy as putting together a Lego set.
No, it's really like doing it in 2 hours and everything. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm a mechanic. I work with my hands. I take things apart and put it back together. Like it's kind of second nature to be able to do that for me. I mean, yeah, I still had a little learning curve issues, like my safety doesn't work anymore.
Oh no! Oof, that is
because when I was laying in the Nebula MOSFET, I didn't press down the wires tight enough for the safety lever to come up when you engage it, so it kind of just stops.
Oh no! Have you been able to fix it since, or no? Just kind of left it.
I've just kind of left it because I didn't want to tear the gearbox apart again. Because, anybody who's torn a gearbox apart, it's that anti-reversal latch.
Yes. Oh, my God, dude. You know what? I get that. Believe it or not, my first gearbox that I had ever disassembled myself, and I don't recommend anyone try this, the first one that I ever disassembled and more or less put back together was actually a version 3. And that was a nightmare to deal with. I'm not gonna lie. It was cool once I finally got it actually working, but man, that took me several hours to go in and get done. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and I got a version. I got an AK that I also got out of a mystery box. Mm-hmm. It's the Kalashnikov 105.
Hey.
And I'm gonna build that out, and I'm giving it to one of my subscribers.
Ooh, that's right. That's right. You do indeed have your own YouTube channel as well. You reached a milestone not too long ago, correct? We
passed 2 in the course of like 4 days. I had a huge spike. We're up to 790 subscribers now.
Hey, that's what's up.
We passed the 500 mark. We passed the 750 mark, which there are giveaways that I got coming out myself for that, where I give away custom tie-dye shamogs. And the next two that are going out are Borderlands themes, so here you go. Also, yeah, but we blew through two of those in like a week. I had a massive spike. I gained like 400 some odd subscribers in less than a week, and it just blindsided me. And a lot of it, I think, it's between like shorts, and I've gotten a lot of big hits from outside of the giveaways. My shout out series, where I once a month give a shout out to a small YouTube channel and try to get them some more subscribers.
Yeah, I've seen the shout out series. Those are really cool. That's a really good way of being able to get a little bit more exposure for like a lot of the smaller channels that are maybe trying to, maybe grow a little bit more, maybe start connecting more with the community. That's a great idea, by the way, doing shout out series like that. Also, speaking of shout outs, want to give a shout out to Arbiter. Got himself 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Guys, you can be just like Arbiter, you can be just like Christopher, you can be just like Cody, and just like John, where they're getting themselves multiple entries into this week's shopping spree giveaway for $1,000. And all you got to do is make sure that you place your orders now while you guys can. Remember, placing your order for Mayo Gang MDC4, that's 50 entries, and every $50 that you spend will be getting you 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. So get your orders in now while you can. BBs, green gas, batteries, chargers, it doesn't matter. Get those orders in now and maximize your potential of winning. But no, that's actually really cool, because I have seen you blowing up. I think I remember before you were at 500 subs. I believe I remember when you were still like you hadn't attained that goal yet, and I've been joining in on every once in a while. I'm sure you remember, like, I've been joining in every once in a while on a couple of streams that you'll be doing, just in the live chat, just kind of chilling, hanging out there as well. So that's really cool that you've been able to get kind of a small spike, in your subscriber count and your viewership, and just being able to progress more as a content creator, because I know it can be very difficult on a lot of social media platforms, even YouTube, which definitely throttles the sort of content that we like to put out.
Yeah, no, it's 100% difficult. And also, I when I started my channel, it was like I didn't intend on continuing it. I just, when I ordered the YouTube unboxing mystery box, I was like, well, hey, it's in the name. I might as well make a video, show the guys that, I'm going along with the shtick. Mm-hmm. And then the video kind of blew up. I was like, well, I've always kind of wanted to do some sort of entertainment thing, so let's do this.
No, but that's cool that you were able to, it just happened. You never know, right? Like, again, it's just one of those things. You never know what smaller channel can come out there and just start, hey, you keep up the good work, you very well might end up being like kind of moving on up there, right? We're talking where maybe, again, a lot of channels that have been around. This is what I've kind of noticed for Airsoft wise. There's been a lot for many, 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 many years. There have been a lot of content creators that have been on the platform, right? And they've done really good jobs and making a name for themselves in the airsoft industry and in the scene. And many of them are still going to be around for a while, but I know for a fact many of them are going to be, maybe leaving or are thinking on to moving on to different projects. And it happens, people want to move on to different things in life, but that does kind of leave kind of a vacancy now for a lot of other smaller creators to kind of step up now and become that sort of next, that channel that a lot of players like to go ahead and tune into, or that's kind of like the next big thing. You never know who could pop off next, man. And you never know. Again, if you keep up the good work, especially with what you've been doing, you very well could find yourself in that position, even if you didn't intend for that to happen. I mean,
it's my intention now with the channel after I got it going is when I did this, I sat down and I thought about it, because I am not a spring chicken. I actually put a lot of thought into this on where I'm going, and my whole goal overall is essentially there's the 1,000 subscriber goal, which I'll get back to in a second.
Yes.
You've been on one of those lives.
Oh yeah.
But after that is I want to take because the 1,000 subscribers, if anybody doesn't know, is where you can start becoming potentially monetized. And I want to take any sort of funds that come in from the YouTube channel until it gets to a point where I can actually just do it full time. I want to take it and set it to the side, buy land, and build an airsoft field based off of the support that I get from the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that in one of your streams before. That was like a goal that you had in mind, and that's actually like a really, really cool goal to have in mind, where it definitely feels like this would be a field that would be 100% community driven more than anything, because it literally is coming from the funds for the channel itself. And I'll be honest, I think you can do it. I definitely, I mean, it's gonna be hard. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's especially in, unfortunately, in today's climate, especially when it comes to what social media deems appropriate, and with YouTube, with its algorithm right now, what it likes to actually show to people, it is going to be an uphill battle. But I gotta be honest, man. Like, you've been doing a really good job so far, and I think you're very much a community driven person, and I dig that a lot, dude. Like, I dig that. I think that's really groovy, and I think that's something that most people can kind of catch on to, and I think that's going to be something that most people do appreciate. It is the sincerity of what your content actually is and what you're trying to do.
Well, and it's more of my way of giving back to the airsoft community in my own way, because ever since I started this, it's been the airsoft community already existing before I came in was extremely welcoming. There's, I especially through a lot of the people I met in the lives here on GI and through Discord and other YouTube channels and the friends that I've made. Like, it's just, I just feel like I need to give back in such a big way, especially since it's such an uphill battle. I want to do the best I can. And that's where, again, the 1,000 subscriber goal comes in, where I want to buy one of them $150,000 mystery box trucks and then give the whole thing away.
Dude, I told him to. I told him straight up in one of his live streams, if he is able to acquire the necessary funds to do it, right, where he can acquire it himself, and he orders one, right, even if it becomes a group effort, if he orders one, I will personally drive that truck myself to where? What state are you in again?
I'm in Iowa.
I will personally drive myself with the truck, with Boaz, to Iowa, and we will make a whole vlog of it, right? We'll 100% put this on the main channel, like delivering, and we'll probably title it like a Mr. Beast video, right? Delivering X amount of like airsoft guns to a subscriber or something, right? Driving across the country with airsoft guns. That's a good title. That's a good clickbaity title.
Yeah.
Also, want to give a shout out. Yeah. Cody got himself 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Robert got himself 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Guys, we are getting more and more people that are placing their orders because they want to win the $1,000 shopping spree giveaway, and you guys can as well. But you got to get your orders in now while you can. Every $50 you spend gets you 5 chances of winning the giveaway itself. But this deal is only going to last till the end of the live stream, which is going on at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So get your orders in now while you can, especially with all the deals going on right now. 10% off parts, 10% off BB's batteries, all your essentials, 10% off popular airsoft guns, 20% off Lancer Tactical Pro lines, 20% off tactical gear, 10% off the Mayo Gang MGC4 series, and 10% off magazines as well. So make sure to get your orders in now while you can, because again, a lot of these discounts are expiring by the end of the night. You only got a few hours. Place your orders now. But all right, back to the topic on hand. So more on you as a player itself, right? Because it's something that I always like to ask players themselves. What sort of player are you actually in on the field itself? Do you typically like to do more outdoor, more indoor stuff, and what kind of play style do you end up finding yourself being in?
Well, like overall, obviously, like I would classify myself essentially a milsim.
Okay.
Because that's obviously that's where I mainly come from.
Makes sense.
My home field that I mainly play at is all outdoor. It's 7 acres outdoor in the middle of nowheres, and it's 2.5 hours away.
Damn.
But it's twice a month I get to go play out there. It's great. I love it. My indoor experience is limited. I wish I had a close indoor field that I could go to so I can get more CQB action going on. But I do have to say my experience indoor has so far been in milsims. I went to Big Brother in Burlington last August, which was in an abandoned school.
Oh, damn. That sounds fun.
Then, yeah, it was a blast. That was 75 on 75. It was all indoor. There was no exterior play space. It was all inside this old school that was built back in the 1920s.
Oof. Dude, that sounds like fun. I've seen videos like that on YouTube where guys will play on these sort of day ops, right? Where it's just like in abandoned movie theaters, abandoned shopping malls, schools. That's another one too. The one that gets me is when I see gameplay at like abandoned shopping malls and hospitals. Hospitals creep me out a little bit. I don't know. Would you be down to do something like that?
I did a hospital a couple of weeks ago. I did OP Blacklist in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. It's the abandoned insane asylum, and it also used to be a hospital.
Damn, that honestly, like I've done like because George Air Force Base, which is a very popular AO for locale for a lot of like MILSM events in the SoCal scene. George Air Force Base actually has like a hospital right next to it. It's sort of like the main parking lot where everyone likes to park, every time they stage up for a MILSM event. And unfortunately, I had a few members of my team, decide to do a little bit of urban exploring around there. And as they were exploring, right, it was all dark. There's no lights, there's nothing going on. And I, kept telling him, like, maybe pull back. I don't know what's in there. It sounds real sketchy. And he's like, no, we're fine. There's nothing gonna happen. Next thing I know, and I shit you not, I've never told anyone this. When he's inside the building, right, it's all pitch black with the exception of the light behind me from the entrance that he made. He's going further and further inside the building, and he's getting darker and he's getting darker. All of a sudden, I just hear it sounded like a dog or like a wolf or something, like howling in pain, literally super close to us. And when he heard that, he's like, "Yep, okay, time to go. I'm done." And he just walks so fucking fast out. We're like, "Nope, I'm done. I am out of here." So I'm convinced that some of these places that we play in are probably haunted.
More than likely, and the thing is the Sheboygan Asylum, not only was it an awesome spot to go play Airsoft in, when I found out that you could play Airsoft there, I was excited. I've been wanting to go there for years to investigate it for the paranormal.
Dude, honestly.
Because I've done that. Like, I've had groups. It was, and I can tell you that Sheboygan Asylum, man, there's something there.
Dude, I hate that because in reality, like, I don't truly like 100% believe in like ghosts or anything or like, the paranormal. I'm not a big like, supernatural guy. However, I'm not the type of person that wants to go out and like find that. There's always that little, sick, curious side of me. But I'm like, anytime one of my friends like, "Hey, you want to do some like ghost hunting?" And I'm like, "Fuck no, I don't want to do ghost hunting. I do not. I am not looking to mess with the undead." Okay, before we continue, I want to give another shout out to Mickey.
Yeah.
Got himself 20 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Congratulations, Mickey. You have some pretty good odds of winning the shopping spree giveaway. It's literally happening in 2 more days. $1,000 are on the line, and any one of you guys can win. But you got to get your orders in now. Any $20 order will get you an entry. But take advantage right now because every $50 you spend gets you 5 entries. If you order one of the Mayo Gang MGC4s, that's 50 entries right then and there. Make sure to get those orders in now while you guys can. And a shout out to Darwin's Arbiter as well. This one's funny. Thank you for the $2 donation, Darwin. Ghosts versus airsofters. Let's go. Bring your tracers. Oh, yeah. Real effective.
Oh, there was so many jokes made about that.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think for me, if I know that there have been like some sort of weird, like unexplained sightings at like a hospital, I think I'm good. I think that's the one locale I might skip out on. I might skip out on that as well. But okay, so you said that you wanted to like eventually, using, the goal is to be able to go ahead and have enough funds to be able to build your own field. Obviously, I'm assuming it's going to be an outdoor field, right?
It's actually a pretty big idea. It's I want to get enough land that I could like even potentially like host MilSim West events. Yeah. So essentially, it would be big enough that I could at the front of it have a storefront as well as a indoor field. So it would be a huge outdoor space with various locales and like townships or small built-up spots, and then there would also be a little indoor section that you can go hang out in if you want to do CQB and Speedsoft like stuff. Kind of cater to everybody's play styles as much as possible.
100%. And I hope, as another person who also runs LMGs from time to time, I hope that your field rules will actually allow for legitimate full auto and not just burst fire modes, because I always hate it whenever I bring my LMG to a field and I'm told you can't do actual full auto. That always brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna allow full auto.
Thank you.
That's a no-brainer. My field allows, like, if you came here and you came to Central City with me, you'd be able to full auto your LMG the whole time, as long as you go within their chrono limits, obviously. But you could full auto at my field.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. When this happens, eventually, but even before your field ends up becoming away, I actually do want to go out. My goal has always been, I've said this before, I really want to be able to take a road trip across the U.S. and be able to go ahead and play Airsoft at every single place that I possibly can. And considering the fact that, this live stream, we get viewers from all across the United States, even viewers, oddly enough, from like outside of the U.S. We'll have viewers from like the Philippines, from the UK, even from like, I remember seeing some from Australia and New Zealand. Not that we'd be able to play Airsoft there. I'm pretty sure that's restricted. But I would love to be able to go out and meet up with a lot of the members of the chat, a lot of the mods, a lot of the guys, and a lot of the regulars, a lot of the homies like you, and be able to go out and actually play at like whatever local field that's now near you guys. I would love to be able to go ahead and do something like that. What is the name of the local field that your closest field? Because I said you was like 2 hours away from you, right?
Yeah, there's 2 fields in Iowa, that 3 if I understand correctly, but the third one doesn't advertise. But the one I go to, it's 2.5 hours away. It's Central City Airsoft in Central City, Iowa. And then the other one is DOA Paintball in St. Charles, and that one's also 2 hours away. So I have a drive every time I want to play Airsoft.
No, I actually do kind of understand that. My preferred field for outdoors is a place called Jungle Island Paintball, otherwise known as Wildlands Airsoft. Every time I go there, it's not even the distance that's really like that kills me. It's just the time in traffic. I know, stereotype, right? Freaking, of course, LA traffic. Can't get anywhere. But yeah, no, it is true in that regard, because it does typically take me about an hour 45. Usually from where I live now, just to get to the field. And it's even worse coming back. Sometimes it has been a little over 2 hours. There was one time in particular that I remember where I guess springtime, it brought out all the flowers, and in that sort of area, in that mountainous region, there are a lot of poppies that grow, and there was like this unofficial poppy festival that was going on. So literally getting out of the airsoft field was impossible, because you would see every single motherfucker and their moms parked off illegally parked on the side of the road, right, like an idiot. And they would just get out of their cars and take a bunch of like photos, and like do a bunch of like the Instagram pics, with the flowers in the background and everything. Some people showed up with like whole setups, like professional lighting. Like I was impressed, like I was like, damn, you brought all this just to take some pictures with some flowers, So it took like I think in total 3.5 hours to get home. I'm like, if there was no traffic, I could get here in like maybe 45 minutes. I'm not even joking. That's just how bad traffic actually is.
I've been I live in Iowa. I'm not originally from here, and I've lived all over the place. So I understand California traffic. I recently dealt with it earlier this year when I was out in California. I was there for a quick stint for family stuff. But I've lived in Hawaii. I've lived in Texas. I drove in Texas for a living. I'm from upstate New York originally, so when you say traffic, I get it.
Yeah, no, it ain't no joke, man. It ain't never. Everyone thinks like, no, it can't be that real. No, 100%, it is legit real. All right, man. It is now 8:08. What time is it over there for you in Iowa right now?
It's 10:08, dude. I'm good. I'm good.
Are you sure? Again, I don't want to take up too much of your time.
I'm usually up watching the stream right now anyway, man.
That's true. I just want to make sure, again, if you had anything else pictured, I didn't want to go in. I'll do for another like 10 more minutes, and then I'll go ahead and get on into answering some more questions as well from the live chat. But again, guys, remember, take advantage right now of all the promotions we got going on right now. Every $50 you spend is going to be getting you 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway, right? So you spend $50, that's 5. Spend $100, that's 10. $150, that's 15. $200, that's 20, and so on and so forth. Think multiples of 50. You get the idea. You're getting 5 per. And it's going to be a lot easier to go ahead and do so, considering all the discounted items we have available right now. 10% off popular parts, 10% off BB's batteries, charges all the essentials, 10% off popular airsoft guns, that includes up to 20% off Lance Tactical Gen 2 Pro lines, 20% off tactical gear, 10% off the Mayo Gang MGC4 series, literally meant to dominate the battlefield, and 10% off popular magazines. You guys got to get advantage now while you guys can, because these deals are literally going to be expiring by the end of the night. Your favorite airsoft gun, which is discounted right now, will most likely not be discounted tomorrow. So make sure to place your orders now while you guys can. I will link the sales page on the website as well. Again, just make sure you check them all out for yourself. Just check out, if anything, just check out the brand of guns that you were looking at. Odds are it's more than likely going to be discounted. And we actually have a new, and I mean a massive, massive influx of new products that just hit the website as well. I'm going to link those into the live chat. Boaz has been very helpful with getting all these new products onto the site, so big shout out to him as well. If you guys were looking for more cool cool guy gear, more tactical gear, I'm going to highly recommend you check all these bad boys out, because this is absolutely insane, the amount of good shit that we got going on right now. It's absolutely crazy. But you guys got to get your orders in now before it's too late. 9:30 p.m. is when we're going to be ending the stream. So get those orders in now while you guys can. All right. So this was actually a poll that was put up by Bossman himself, and I'm actually now curious to hear what you guys have to say about it yourself, Squirrely. It's do you care about industry drama? Option 1, yes, it affects the way I buy, or no, who cares? What is your perspective on that?
I put in no, who cares on that poll myself. I guess you could really kind of break it down in what type of industry drama. When it comes to like sales and stores and stuff like that, not really. Like I buy from the place that gives me the best service normally, or obviously if somebody doesn't have it, I just got to go somewhere else.
Makes sense.
But when it comes to drama, the only thing industry drama for me that I do kind of care about is airsoft YouTubers creating drama, making us look bad. That's what I do care about. Because it's unnecessary, it's unneeded. I have actually stopped following and unsubscribed channels because they were just cringe softers and they were out to just, oh, look at this cheater or mag dump video. We don't need that drama at all. That one I will stand up against and just kind of put my foot down towards, but the rest of it just doesn't really bother me.
No, it makes sense. Again, like I've kind of had the same thing. Typically, I would it's very nuanced, right? It's a very, very nuanced thing, and it can, depending on what kind of drama we are talking about. You know what I mean? Like if one shop, I can imagine, right? If I was a customer, if one shop actually was proven to have like some really, really, really sketchy, and I mean like malicious, like tactics, and was like actually like caught doing something really, really bad on a mass scale, then yeah, of course, I think anyone would be like, okay, maybe not. Maybe I won't, go ahead and support them, right? But typically, for the most part, when it comes to just like industry drama, I don't care. I do have, obviously, my preferences for places when it comes to stuff outside of Airsoft anyway, right? If I'm talking about other industries, I don't really mind too much, as long as it's nothing like too nefarious. I think for the most part, I'm just very much a, hey, I'm kind of like you. I am going to reward who's going to treat me the best. Obviously, price obviously also matters as well. We do live in a capitalist society. I gotta save when I can, but I typically try to reward, whatever sort of retailers or stores or shops that will treat me the best. Because I am going in there, asking a lot of questions too when it comes to certain things, or maybe I need help with, figuring out what product is going to work best for me. I want to support the shop that, or the business that is going to actually take the time and give me the answers that I actually need, and not just try to sell me something right then and there that I probably will never use, right? I think we can all kind of agree on that as well. And I think you kind of touched that thing, which I'm in totally agreement about as well. Like, because it's hard for me to blame content creators for wanting to get attention, because it is hard, right? It is very, very hard to like get the views that they want. But I definitely see what you're saying. We've been saying this for years, that we hate seeing more cheater videos being put on the wall, because it's not like we don't already have a fuck ton of them already out in the void.
Yeah. And it just paints it in a bad light, and we just don't need it.
I especially hate that too, when they like, I don't know, for one reason it kind of bothers me whenever like content creators do that, right? They'll go ahead and put out these really, really like damaging and tarnishing, to the actual like hobby itself, these videos that are coming out, and that's discouraging people from wanting to play. And then they go ahead, make sure to go ahead and check out, this whatever shop that sponsors me. Make sure to go ahead and check them out and use my like promo code. I'm like, do they not even care about like what they're doing right now to the industry?
Oh, and for me, that's what's made, like, my channel's not big enough to like have a subscriber, or not a subscriber, sponsor. But that's something that's I've put thought into. It is, one, what are their standards on what I have to put in videos, what I can or can't say, what I can or can't do. And two, what restrictions are you going to put on me where I can and can't buy?
Yeah, no, 100%. I get that, and I think it can just be frustrating too as a content creator, right? Where it's like, especially guys that really do want to be able to, grow their channel more and work with a lot of these bigger
Yep.
name like retailers where they're trying so hard, to put out good, like legit, wholesome, useful content that is healthy for the community. And then here you go, you see Joe Schmo putting out another Magnum video, and like he's getting like
Yep.
a couple of views, and he's actually talking to a lot of these companies. I definitely see where a lot of people come from with that, which is why even in general, like our marketing department does a really good job of like actually looking whenever we get, 'cause trust me, I'm sure you can imagine, we get so many sponsorship requests. So many people want to work with us, and it's cool, it's flattering, it's cool that they want to work with us. But when we see a lot of the content they put out there, we're like, no, we are not, definitely not going to be doing that.
Yeah, and I more power to you. I really in like with me doing that mystery box truck giveaway stuff, I've said in the videos I have currently for it, I'm not trying to seek a sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
I've never applied for a sponsorship.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to, once I set up the GoFundMe and everything, if you guys want to be involved in some way, shape, or form, and we can work together on it, yeah, sure, cool.
I have
totally-
I have no qualms about giving that a shout out and letting people know that you got that thing going on. I have no issues about that at all. Like, you've been very helpful, with us. And I see you, when you like the content you put out there, and it's all good stuff, right? And that's stuff that I like to actually see. We as a company, we at GI love seeing whenever the airsoft community, smaller channels, bigger channels, it doesn't matter. Whenever we see someone putting themselves out there and actually working to connect everyone together on this united front, right? To give out shout outs to a lot of the smaller creators that want to be able to get, be able to progress more. And I think you're doing a fantastic job in that regard, man. I think as long as you're keeping that up, I think your future definitely looks bright, man. Your future definitely looks bright in that sense. I think your goals are not as far off as you may think they are.
I wish I could have that same thought process.
I guess it's easier when it's on the other foot, right?
Everything is like miles away right now. Like, especially before I got the spike, it was just like, oh, yep, nope, I got so much time to do some more planning on all this. Nope, spike.
Hey, man, you never know where it comes from, man. That's the thing too. Yeah, Chef Anacog was saying you're consistent. 100%. We do notice that YouTube does seem to reward consistency, even if the content itself is not like its most favorite subject. It's not like video games or anything in that regards. Like, it has an airsoft channel, right? Like, I think just the fact that you have been very consistent with, making sure that there are uploads. I would say, yeah, you're definitely one of the more consistent ones that I've seen thus far. I think because of that, I think you are able to reap the rewards, man. 100%.
And I'm hoping so that way you all can reap the rewards. Because that's the whole thing is, for all of us to help grow as a community together. So I always thank and tell everybody that they're all amazing, beautiful, wonderful, awesome people, just to help keep this growing.
No, 100%. And I'm going to stay subscribed as well. I'm going to stay subscribed as well. I've been trying to tell like some of the guys that I've been like trying to get into airsoft as well, to be like, hey, you're actually one of the channels that I usually tell, hey, make sure you're subscribed to him as well. I'm always trying to go in and give shout outs to like a lot of the like smaller creators as well. I do try to do that on my own personal time as well, just because again, I try to give shout outs as much as I possibly can. Again, if you tell me if you have an Instagram, I haven't been able to find it. I don't know if you have one, but if you do, DM us, then I might be able to go ahead and give you a shout out, man. Again, I have no qualms with doing that.
I do have an Instagram. It's the link for it's in the description of my channel. I don't post on there as much as I probably should because I'm terrible at juggling social media. I've said it 1,000 times. But I've been trying to keep steadily getting back on there and posting stuff, even though as airsoft hating as Instagram is. But yeah, there is a link for my Instagram in the description of my channel.
Sweet.
And otherwise it's just Squirrely Nuts Airsoft, same exact name, same exact spelling, just with like the usual underscores or whatever that they make you have.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I still think it like as much as IG like Facebook and Meta and just social media as a whole still hates Insta or still hates Airsoft. I still think it would be in your best, and obviously, you're free to do it as you like, right? But I still think it would be in your best interest. Still, just maybe like a weekly post or something like that, just to let people know like what to expect, like when the next upload's gonna be and stuff like that. Kind of treating it like a Twitter almost. If you ever had one of those, I'll be honest, I've never been a big fan of Twitter or X, I guess I should say.
I never had a Twitter or an X account, but I don't know. Once I did, yeah, I got rid of it really quickly. But no, I actually do tend to post up like when I'm done editing videos and stuff. That's like mainly the good chunk of the post on Instagram. Like when I'm editing stuff, it's like, hey, this video is coming out soon. Like it's getting uploaded, or I'm trying to do better. I keep trying to do better at posting on Instagram and getting caught up in a timely fashion on editing stuff and filming new stuff. And I'm still super backlogged on filming and editing. So it's all coming.
No worries, dude. No worries. Again, trust me, I totally understand. At the very least, with us, I at least have a video producer, that's always there, right? As much as of a backlog that we can have in terms of videos and content that we film, I definitely understand, because it's still time that we got to take out of the day to get the content even filmed. And and Boaz, he is a fantastic video producer, but he definitely is. I kind of akin him to like the Stanley Kubrick of Airsoft in the sense that he doesn't care how many times it takes to get a shot right. He will make sure that the shot is done 100% correctly, down to the T. Like, okay, it needs to be this way. Like, it sometimes, not that we argue or just, but like we will sometimes get a little bit of a kerfuffle going, being like, because he likes to tell me how to say certain things in one way, and then like I'm just trying to be like, no, but I want to convey this message, and he's like, no, but it'll sound better this way. So we kind of do those back and forth. We ultimately come to a consensus at the end of the day, and he definitely knows what he was talking about. But yeah, like I totally get what you mean, where it does take a lot of time to go ahead and do that. But again, you know what? Just the fact that you're still doing it, you're probably a lot faster now than you ever have been, and the more you do it at a certain point, you're just going to end up getting better and better and better. You never know. Again, your skills could end up just, being like totally sharpened through this whole process,
And so far, I do have a process that I've shortened editing down to. I can roughly crank out a video, if I really get knuckled down to it, in about 3 hours. And that's shaving down about an hour and a half, 2 hours of footage.
Hell yeah. Dude, that's actually pretty good. Again, if you can come up with that like content like that and like in that short amount of time, that's actually really, really good too. And I noticed that you also put the outro and intros in a lot of your like mainline videos as well. I see the little Squirrely Nuts Airsoft logo and the music playing as well. You did a good job, man. You did a good job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there's more to come with that stuff too, because I also make my own music.
Ooh, actually, I didn't know that. What do you play?
I play bass primarily, but I also sing guitar, drums.
Dude, do you actually you actually play bass? Because I'm not gonna lie, dude, I play bass too.
Yeah. No, there was one of my live streams a while back where I was just playing with just like random stuff I could do, and I booted up Rocksmith on my PlayStation and plugged in my bass and just played a few random songs during the course of a live. Obviously it got copyright and whatever. Aww. I wasn't going to make any money off of it anyway, but it was a lot of the stuff that kind of let loud, and like people could see it. It's still visible, but everything that I've done has been pretty much self-taught too. So yeah, I have 3 bases.
Dude, that's freaking sick. I love playing music as well. I don't really find myself ever like having the time anymore to being able to really play, because it's usually like, all right, go to the gym, going to work, cooking dinner as well. I do find myself in a pretty busy situation, but when I can squeeze in time for it, I do love playing as well. I play bass guitar and I play piano as well. I do a little bit of guitar, but like very, very, very little. Honestly, that's actually pretty cool that you make your own music, dude. That's actually pretty sweet. We gotta find a way to do a jam. Boaz had this pretty hilarious idea. He wants I can't believe I'm saying this. He wanted to do a music video, shoot a music video at GI. he wanted to do a couple of covers for a few like hardcore bands that he knows and that we both listen to, like Kubla Khan. He wants to do a couple like covers
Oh,
for them,
wow.
and I'm like, I don't even know how we would even be able to do this. But again,
I mean,
he's the Stanley Kubrick of GI. And
well,
what did Chef say? Chef says you will be the next Francis Coppola.
wow. Thank you, Chef. Wow. The cool thing about music videos is that here's the wonderful secret. It's all lip syncing.
That yes, I in my other I have another like kind of like side kind of project thing where I go onto like sets and do production as well. Kind of like just
Okay.
more setting up like grip and electrical. And we've done I think I've exclusively at this point, with the exception of one gig that I did, majority of the jobs that I've done have all been music videos. And yeah, it's true. They'll just 100% play the actual like track out loud on speakers, and they'll just kind of lip sync to it. Or if they have a drummer, they might actually use the drums. But for the most part, they're just straight up lip syncing. And it took me so many years of my life to realize, oh, they're not actually playing. I thought they were this whole time. It wasn't until I was like 20 something when I realized, oh, they're not.
Yeah. I mean, and I have plans for a music video myself actually, because it's gonna kind of.
Dude, I'm excited now. I'm excited. I'm excited now. I don't want to
Well,
spoil it. I don't want to ask too many questions because when it drops, I want to be genuinely surprised, but at the same time, be like, yeah, he told me this was gonna happen. I'm waiting for that day. I won't ask too many questions though. I won't ask too many questions about.
Oh,
that.
no. It's nothing that I haven't said before on other videos and stuff.
Oh, okay.
That I put out. But no, I like part of the YouTube channel for me is like this huge multimedia thing. Because I've been in and out of playing music and trying to start off and on bands. So I'm going to use that to make my own music for the channel, which is going to turn into, I might as well just make some actual music for airsofters. It's a very slow process, but it will be happening.
Dude, you're going to be coming out with
a music video that's going to cut into a new intro for the channel.
Oh, all right. Dude, I want to see this, man. Like I want to see like just on the channel one day. We're gonna go on your channel one day and we're gonna see an entire like hour-long playlist of just like tracks that you've put together and you compose yourself for like, they can call it the Airsoft jam playlist or something like that. You know, just some tunes for you to listen to while you're slinging BBs.
That was actually the idea for the whole basis was just slinging BBs would be the idea for that.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and let you go now because I do see that I do have quite a bit of questions that I've piled on. First and foremost, I want to go ahead and, again, give you a big thank you, first of all, thank you so much for actually taking the time out of your day to join in on this live stream. I've had an absolute blast, dude. It was fun hanging out and talking with you like this. Hopefully we can go on and get to do this in like IRL as well.
Yeah. It is in the plans eventually for me to make it out to Caliway, yet again, intentionally for Airsoft. I do plan 2 trips a year on the big side for Airsoft, and California is next on the block as well as Virginia. But currently, the next one would be South Carolina, which is coming up in September, for the Shadowlands.
Hell yeah, dude. I honestly, I wish you the best of luck in that regards. Hopefully, everything goes smoothly, on the trip, because I know road trips sometimes can be a little, I'll say this, they can be an undertaking sometimes, especially if you're just driving out there. It can be a little bit hazardous, So hopefully nothing bad happens. But I want to roll out the red carpet for you, for everyone watching right now this live stream. Where can people go ahead and find you? I know we mentioned that you have an Instagram. Can people go? What is the name of your channel? I want to go ahead and give you a nice little plug here.
Yeah, not a problem. Name of the channel is Squirrely Nuts Airsoft. That's nuts spelled with a Z because we are zany and weird, and we like to keep it and stay weird. I'm on YouTube and Instagram. Also, in my YouTube channel, there's a link to the Discord. You can go hang out there and talk to other like-minded airsofters. Yeah, I do live streams every Saturday night, and I do game streams every Tuesday night. Unless I say otherwise. Obviously, life gets in the way sometimes. But yeah, and like I said, I got a whole lot of footage coming out. I got day 2 of OP Blacklist coming out soon, as well as the first game day footage from Central City Airsoft, as well as, like I said, guys, in September, I'm going to South Carolina for Shadowlands. That'll be coming. And sometime, hopefully next year, I will make it out to California and meet the guys at Airsoft GI. I will do a video series on it. And plus, me and Isaiah still have on the cards a knife/lightsaber duel to take care of.
Oh my god, I forgot about this. You are right. Holy shit. I completely forgot about that. Oh my god. You are right. We do have to do that. We do have to do this.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. All right. I got
will
my dark
bring
saber.
both my rubber knife and my lightsaber.
I got my dark saber. Got to get it all charged up and ready to go. But I see you when you come down. I will make sure that we have this duel, even if we have to have it in the freaking storefront and film it then and there. I will 100% be down to do so. But all right, man. Big shout out to you and again, thank you for taking the time out of your day for hopping on the live stream.
Thank you.
And look forward to the day where we can actually do this in person, man.
Yes, totally agree. And I appreciate you having me on. And it was awesome finally actually being able to talk to you, not just through chat-wise. And if you ever want me back on again, just let me know, dude. I'm usually available during your streams. So
thank you, man. Thank you. And again, guys, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. But until then, I'll see you on the next one. And again, feel free to stick around in the live chat, man.
Yeah, will do.
All right, have yourself a good night, brother.
Yeah, you too, man.
What an absolute delight. I love having guys like that on the stream. Again, just so nice to talk one-on-one with a lot of you guys. Because, again, I pull these guests directly from the live chat as well, guys that I see there. And, again, a lot of the guys that we partner with, like RGK, of course, as well. I love having guests on. It's so much fun when I can do these streams. But guys, we have about less than an hour left of the live stream. 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when we're going to be closing out. I want to give a shout out to Gnarls, Nicholas, and Jason. Gnarls got himself 10 entries. Nicholas got himself 10 entries. And Jason got himself 5 entries into the Shopping Spree giveaway, which you guys can be a part of as well. All you got to do is place a $20 or greater order, and you guys are automatically in. That is literally all it takes. You don't have to do anything else at that point. Just get yourself a $20 or greater order, and you guys have a shot at winning $1,000 all for yourself. $1,000. That's an insane amount of money. That's a lot of money. You can do a lot of damage with $1,000. So make sure to get your orders in now while you guys can, especially for all the discounted items we have here. Because many of these sale items are going to be coming to a close by the end of the night, so don't let the opportunities go to waste. Now, like I said, this is a Q&A live stream, so if any of you guys have any Airsoft-related questions, you guys are looking for my opinions on particular items that we carry on our website, or if you guys wanted to ask me some personal questions, some personal questions, you guys are more than welcome to do so. Just make sure to go ahead and put the letter Q right in front of your question. Definitely makes it a heck of a lot easier for me to see and identify. All right, one of the things I wanted to go ahead and show off as well too was all these new products as well, right? Look at all this new tactical gear. I cannot express how hyped and stoked I am right now that we're carrying so much cool shit on the website right now that we're getting more and more new stuff by the day, right? This new skeletonized plate carrier, like, look at this. It looks cool. Look at that. You cannot tell me this don't look freaking sick, right? That looks awesome. I love this design. Again, I love the plates that you actually get with it. Again, it's just all this cool stuff, man. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, I'm super happy that our distributors are getting more and more new cool guy stuff. One of the new items that I wanted to go ahead and actually check out for myself. This is probably going to be one of my favorite plate carriers that comes out. I know we looked at some of the chest rigs yesterday. Like, where did this one? Yeah, the patrol chest rig. I think these were actually pretty sick. All right, I'm just looking at this bad boy. Let's there you go. This patrol chest rig I think looks amazing. Right, I'm a big sucker for like recce rigs. I think they are very, very versatile, very cool. Right, but again, that's just me. And another one that I thought was really, really cool. Let's see, is it sold out already? I hope it's not sold out, because that would be a bummer if it was. I don't think so. I think it's still, at least the OD Green one, is still going to be available as well. Give me 1 second, almost there. Guys, there's so many placards, so many new pouches, so much cool stuff that's coming out. Oh, I think it's this one. Yes, this one. Look at this. It looks so freaking sick, right? I know it says OD Green, and it very well might be just your traditional OD Green, but from here Is it me, or does it kind of look a little like it's got some gray undertones? Maybe a ranger green, if you will. Maybe a slight ranger green to it, potentially. We're going to be bringing a few of these into the actual storefront to see for ourselves and kind of do some experimentation with it, just to get some eyes on and see what we're dealing with here, because these look phenomenal. These new plate carriers, chest rigs, and all these placards, all these pouches look freaking sick, and I'm very excited to be having those on board on the website as well. And again, all of them are going to qualify for entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Every $50 you spend gets you 5 entries, so don't miss out. All right. This one comes from Calvino. I'll answer some questions now in the meantime. This comes from Calvino. Remember, guys, put a letter Q right in front of your question. Definitely helps me out. Best metal slide high kappa. Like high kappa that is in Tokyo Marui. I think it really depends, man. Calvin, I think it really depends on what it is that you're hoping to do with it and what you mean by best. Because depending on, your preferences, stylistic choices or leniencies, I should say, some of them might not qualify as considered the best. But again, if you're asking my personal opinion, I would have to say one of my personal favorite high kappas in general would actually have to be the Sand Viper. I think the Sand Viper is probably one of the coolest looking pistols out there. For me, again, I just love that this is essentially using the same internal build quality as the original Terran Tactical Innovations Pit Viper, but it is going to have the optics plate already on there. I do love the comp on there. I love that it's threaded. I love the aggressive texturization on the grip, and it is still 100% TM compatible. So again, you can still put more parts into this should you choose to do so. For example, I would say probably going for like the P Plus package variation is probably going to be your best bet at that point, because it is going to come included with a unicorn barrel and bucking combo right from the box. I think that's going to be the best bang for your buck, honestly. You're getting something that looks cool and performs great. It's going to have much better range accuracy and consistency compared to the stock. Although the stock one is buttery smooth action, you genuinely can't go wrong with it. But again, that's just my personal opinion. If you were looking for something on a budget, you can honestly go for a Golden Eagle high kappa or an Army Armament, and those are fantastic, especially for the money. But it just depends on what it is that you are looking for and what your expectations were to do with it. Straight Raw, best plate carrier for a big dude. I guess it depends on how big we talking. Any of the newer plate carriers will look cool, but in my experience, one of the best options you can get for a really large framed person, like we're talking this guy shops at the Big and Tall store, I would say go for one of the Code 11 XL plate carriers. But just make sure you're going for the actual size large. Let's see here. If we go to the tan one. Yeah, if it has the letter L in the... Yeah. This one. This would probably be one that I would suggest. This is a size large Code 11 XO plate carrier in tan. There's other options as well. That would be an option that I would suggest. Those are pretty good. And again, another option that is discounted right now. It's normally $67. You can get it for $54. That's going to be one design that I think works really well for a lot of big boys. I would also say going with the original Condor one would probably be a fantastic pick as well. Let's see, there's small to mediums. Let's see if we can get a large XL on those. Ooh, looks the large XLs are sold out at the moment. Ooh, the big ones. What about this one? Yeah, actually, if you go with this one, the display carrier large to XL, if you get it in black, you should be able to go in or Coyote Brown or Olive Drab. Looks like that one should be available. Yeah, these are also really good. Ooh, damn, that's actually really good. It's normally $90, $95. It's discounted to $72. That's a good deal right now, especially for Condor. I'll link that into the live chat as well. That would be one that I would suggest. That would be one that I would highly, highly suggest. Funny story, if I'm not mistaken, I believe if you guys have played Modern Warfare 2, the remake, I believe, oh my god, what was his name? What the freak is the dude's name? The guy that freaking led Shadow Company. What was his name? Grimes? No. What the hell was his name? What was the name of the guy that one operative? Graves, yeah, Philip Graves. This was actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he used the XO plate carrier as his actual plate carrier in the game, if I'm not mistaken, the in-game model. Kind of interesting, kind of weird, but anyway. But yeah, that would be one option for some of my big and tall gentlemen out there. That's what I would usually recommend. Good-looking tracer for the P90 Chef Panda Kage. I mean, as long as the threads are not confined in any sort of rail space, you could pretty much go with whatever it is that you would like. I would say because the P90 is using a fairly thinner barrel, I would probably say maybe then go for something like let's see, Ace Tech trace. All right, you know what? Let's go just straight trace units. Let's go start trace units. We'll find one together. I think typically for the P90, the thinner is going to be better when it comes to P90 tracer units. Again, nothing specifically designed for it, but I think as far as what would look best on it, you can go with a longer one, and I think it'll look cool. But it doesn't has to be fairly. It has to be fairly thin. It has to be fairly thin. If you want something that's going to be like a safe bet, go for something like a brighter R. You know, these are going to be pretty set. Like, again, that's what I would suggest, and more than anything, small. You know, not too big, not too big, like large profile, if anything. And again, you can pretty much put this on a variety of different options. I think that's what I would personally want to go with. I want to give a shout out to Jonathan, my man. Looks like he got himself 10 entries into the shopping spree. But guys, again, you can get your orders in as well and get those maximum potential of winning the $1,000 prize pot. It's all up to you. Don't miss this opportunity. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So make sure to place your orders now while you guys can. But yeah, Chef, honestly, you can go with any of them, and they will all look good. I think as long as they're not too wide. You know what I mean? They're not too chunky. All right, let's see here. This keeps going through. Make sure you're missing because I know that there was a few more questions that I missed for sure. Kelvin, living in New York City and playing Airsoft is a pain. Yeah, actually, I don't know what the Airsoft scene is like actually in New York. I've always been curious about that as well. Do you actually have a lot of fields in your area, Kelvin? Like, what's the closest field to you? All right, keep scrolling through. You is asking, what happens if I were to use a 602 barrel, 250 millimeters, and an 11.5 length barrel in my airsoft gun? I mean, 602, 250. I don't think it would really matter too much. I think that'd be fine for an 11-inch barrel, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it should be all right. Should be all right. I mean, again, the tighter bore you go, again, the FPS will increase a little bit. But again, it's also dependent on what sort of like how good of a finish that you are working with for that 602. You know what I mean? It could be a 602, but if it's not a very good outer barrel, you're not really going to see much of an improvement in the first place. All right, keep scrolling through. What do you think about Classic Army? Straight raw? I like Classic Army. Classic Army is actually one of my favorite airsoft brands, believe it or not. I really liked how they were one of the first companies, along with Lancer Tactical, to come out in 2017 era with guns that were meant to be affordable, but came included with a lot of stuff right out of the packaging, and that included, you know, that ECS programmable trigger unit, type bore inner barrel, rotary style hop-up chamber, right? All these features that you wouldn't normally find in beginner guns. They were one of the companies that made it very easy to find. And I think their skirmish lineup is like perfect. You know what I mean? As is, I don't really think it needs too much. And I think their ECS to this day, their trigger unit, is probably one of the easiest to program on the market. It's one of the easiest, most convenient MOSFET like ETUs that you can get out the box. You know what I mean? I think they definitely knew what they were doing when they came out with it. It was revolutionary for the time, and I think they still have a place in today's airsoft scene. I just think that unfortunately not too many people talk about them, which is a shame because they are coming out with some really, really cool stuff. Okay, homie Ness, who does GI's video editing? That is a Mr. Boaz. And there's a Mr. Boaz. He is in charge of video production. Obviously, you know, we have requirements for all of our videos. You know, we have a title, we have a topic in mind that we have to adhere to, and you know, we have to go out and get the message across. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the editing, we can give suggestions. It all comes down to, you know, what Boaz's creative decision, right? It's all down to his creative mind. That's literally what it comes down to. And when we trust him, and he's done us very, very well. He's done us very, very well. He's done very good by us in making sure that we have very attractive looking videos. His editing style is phenomenal, and he has a very good understanding of lighting as well. What is your favorite sport outside of airsoft? Basketball, baseball, football, shooting sports? I mean, definitely at this point it would have to be like, well, that's an interesting one. If I had to put one, for me, mine is actually not on here, but of all these right here, I would guess I'd have to say basketball more than anything. I'd have to say basketball. Okay, when you say football, do you mean American football or do you mean like actual football? Because if you mean actual football, then 100%, or as we like to call it here in the US of A, good old soccer. Because I come from a soccer family. But I actually really like basketball too. I grew up, of course, like watching the Lakers, watching championship games, right? And of course, I did grow an affinity for Golden State Warriors as well because I spent some time in San Francisco as well. Watching their games too was really, really cool. Kind of want a Full Metal M4, but don't know what a good budget one is. Calvino, that's a good question, man. No, that's actually genuinely a fantastic question, but it depends on what your budget is. If you were looking for just an all-around good deal for a Full Metal Airsoft gun, honestly, go for a Gen 2 Pro line. In all seriousness, go for a Gen 2 Pro line. Go Gen 2. Actually, even better yet, right? Go here. Second banner on the front page. AEG sale, right? You'll be able to find plenty of Pro lines right then and there that are available at a discounted price. But again, many of them are ending by the end of the night. One of my personal favorites for these, again, the Viking series. Again, they're all going to be in the same internals. It's just a matter of what aesthetic you think looks the coolest. I would say the, oh my god, where'd they go? Yeah, the Archon series are probably going to be my favorite. The Archon 9 is probably one of the coolest looking ones in my opinion, and I can see this one being the most popular because, again, 9 inches right now is, that's 9 inch, 10 inch, that's sort of like Mark 18 SBR length is definitely like the hype right now. That's what everyone wants to go with. It's not super long, you know, like a carbine, although I don't think carbines are that long. But yeah, this is definitely kind of the more popular length to go with, and I would say this is definitely a fantastic option. The Pro Line series are going to come included with a Full Metal receiver set. You are getting a 603 Type 4 inner barrel, rotary style hop chamber, and you are getting a pre-installed ETU. It's not the fanciest in the world, but it definitely gets the job done. You can be able to run 11-1 LiPos in this, no problem. And it comes included with a cool Delta stock on there as well, which is pretty sweet. And for 207, considering it's normally 259, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. But again, deal's only going to be ending or going to be lasting for another 3 hours. So get your orders in now while you can. Just feel like it's low end. Not really. No, actually, they are fantastic feeling, man. They are fantastic feeling. Would you say the Tinley 4500 would be for someone with a fast trigger finger? I mean, you can if you want to. I mean, I wouldn't say if it's for a fast trigger. I mean, you could, yeah. You know, it's definitely, it's an option. Nothing wrong with Tinleys on motors. Honestly, they're great. It's just, again, there are other options too. The only thing I don't like is on so would you say Tinley? Answer that one as well. Okay, we answered that one. Question is pointed. Answer that one. Answer that one. Let's see. Kicking Mustang is the worst, trying to force drama for content and aiming for areas that could cause more damage instead of trying to play with respect and honor. I can understand that, honestly. Again, I don't really know too much about him. Again, I haven't really done too much of a deep dive in his channel. I know who he is. I hope that's not the case. You know what I mean? I definitely try to stay clear. We try to stay clear of content creators that cause a lot of drama. You know, we've had to cut ties before with other content creators, you know, and just, you know, and then we wish them the best, but we just didn't really want to be, you know, pushing, you know, their image when their image was, you know, something that was a little bit more controversial or just didn't align with the morals that we try to push, you know, we try to encourage players to have. I really hope that's not the case. I do know that in the SpeedQB scene, you know, a lot of times, you know, you can aim for, you know, areas that a player might feel more, and and to be fair, I know guys that do this, but they'll only put 1, maybe 2 rounds at most into the player in those specific spots, just so that they don't have to, like, you know, shoot more in the area that they might not originally feel it. I understand the logic behind it. I'm not a big practitioner of this. You know, I think it's a very slippery slope that you can find yourself on, right? Especially if you have an adrenaline going. You know, some players, you know, just have a hard time being able to exercise self-control, and they might go a little crazy with it. I personally just don't really like that. But again, if you find in yourself to control yourself a little bit more, then by all means, go for it. You know, by all means. I think it's legit for both action snipers to go for the head or for the head if they can. It's hard to deny the shot and faces a lot of selfish, not honest people play. Yeah, it's true. There are some people. I wouldn't say a lot. But I will say that there definitely are some players that don't like to call their hits. But what I will say is even more common is players calling out other people's hits when they're not actually hitting them. I will say this. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but there are, I'm going to say it. It's not even an opinion. I think it's just a fact at this point. I would say that there are probably more players out there who like to call out other players' hits, right? Even though they're not hitting them, more so than there are actual airsoft cheaters out there. Now, granted, I think that some players, you know, are, you know, not handling that well when someone tries to do that to them, right, and says, oh, I got you out, right, I shot you, and, like, you know, try to start a fight over it. Like, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Just tell the ref, and like, hey, this player's, like, telling me I'm getting out, but I'm watching his BBs go down. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, if you let the ref know, they're going to deal with it. They're going to know with it. Okay, let's see here. Let's see, what all guns have the Echo EBB and mag cutoff combined? Do all G2 and G3 gearboxes from G&G have this feature? The G2 and G3 gearboxes, not all of them will have the mag cutoff, if I'm not mistaken. Not all of them will have it. I know the G3s for sure will have the magazine cutoff, but electric blowback, I think the only one that, I don't know about blowback. I haven't seen too many blowback models that will also have the magazine cutoff. I know there are ERG models that have a mag cutoff. I know KWA has their Q10, which actually does have both the magazine cutoff and their electric recoil system. But yeah, that's. Let's see. I'm not too sure, honestly, in terms of having both. Honestly, I've never seen one like, especially from G&G, that had EBB. But yeah, I've actually haven't seen one myself that also used the G2 or G3 gearbox. One second. Also, was that from an act? Was that you, Justin? Was that actually you, Justin? Mr. Justin Espinoza? Was that actually you from Airsoft GI? All right, I'm gonna keep going on. Make sure I'm not missing any more. Got tonight's orders on parts, but now head off to bed. No worries, Fish Stick. I'm gonna have yourself a good night. Or good job on getting yourself those orders, man. Good job on getting yourself those orders. Taking advantage now while you guys can. Ooh, Team Shadow Airsoft making a Juggernaut loadout. What attire do you believe looks good for it? Oof. Team Shadow Airsoft, I'm going to say this. In terms of clothing, you can wear whatever it is that you would like. Just obviously maybe something that's going to cover up more of the body, right? That is part of the appearance of the Juggernaut, right? To have your full body covered. Honestly, it's funny that you asked that because if you check on our new products page, you're going to find that we actually might be carrying something that might catch your attention. Take a look here. Look here. Well, look at what we got here. The Wolf Sport Full Tactical Body Armor. Now, tell me this wouldn't be ideal for a Juggernaut loadout. You cannot tell me that this doesn't look perfect for that type of situation. It looks fantastic. It looks great, honestly. I'm convinced that the next BB Wars we have, we're going to find few more people rocking this set of armor. I'm convinced about it. And again, we don't just have solid black. We also, of course, have this nice, beautiful gray color, which honestly I think looks the coolest. I think the gray looks the best right now. But again, that's just my personal opinion, right? But we also have believe it's a multicam version it's a tan version. Close enough. A tan variation of the body armor as well. Very, very cool. That is very sick to see. Again, more options for you. I think that would probably be the best option for you. Let's see, one second. All right. Let's see here. Okay, answer that one. Okay, sweet. All right, let me scroll on the most recent comments and questions because I know there's going to be a few more as well that are going down as well. Airsoft Batman armor. I have it. That's funny. Let's see. Keep scrolling through. Good night, Chef. Take it. Good night, Chef. Have yourself a good one, man. Get your votes in, of course. If you haven't already, make sure to leave your votes in as well. Make sure to let us know what is also your favorite sport outside of Airsoft. Just curious. Looks like shooting sports in general are still people's favorites. Followed closely, looks like, by football. Interesting. Again, we never specified. Was this American football or was this or like actual like global football, like actual soccer? Soccer. And if that's the case, I'll put my vote in for that. But if not, I'm gonna put my vote in for basketball. Let's see here. TY Gaming, Airsoft GI, which method do you use to find compatible attachments for your Airsoft guns? Honestly, trial and error. Like, in terms of, like, attachments, right? Usually, if we have a base gun, right, of let's say if an MGC4. If we have an MGC4, right, one of these bad boys, right? If we have an MGC4, we know that it's going to come included with an M-LOK rail system. Usually for testing it out, whenever we get the information, for a new product, it'll usually let us know, like, hey, this is designed for M-LOK rail, key mod rail, whatever it might be, right? Usually it should work. Now, whenever we want to, like, see something for ourselves, we'll usually bring it in and just test it out, honestly. Just trying it out for ourselves and seeing how well it actually works for it. That's when it comes to that's when it comes down to, like, accessories. Now, for internal components, a little bit different. Internal components is a little bit different. Yeah, it looks like Bossman confirmed it is American football. American football. What all guns have the EBB man cut off? Yeah, I didn't know if that was you. If that's you, is that actually you, Justin? Is that actually you? Is that actually you? Again, no confirmation on that one. Waiting for that one. When they say who won, answer that one. Jack, when did they say who won? Again, this is the No Flight List live stream. The Shopping Spree giveaway live stream goes down on Thursday. But this is your best chance to increase your odds of winning said giveaway, because on these live streams that I like to host on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I like to throw in some extra promotions for you guys to increase your odds of winning the Shopping Spree giveaway. Every $50 you spend right now will be getting you 5 entries into the giveaway. That's happening in 2 days, and there's plenty of discounted items available right now. Also, if you order yourself a Mayo Gang MGC4, including this brand new MGC4 with the BCM rail and stock, you will be getting yourself 50 entries, 50 chances of winning $1,000. Jack, that's how you win the giveaway. That is how you win it, by placing your orders through Airsoft GI. Any $20 or greater order, and you're in. And you are in. I keep scrolling through. None of those are my favorite sports. Yeah, it's true. My personal favorite sports of all time are going to be, of course, the ones that I've played, right? Swimming, water polo. I think those are probably going to be some of my absolute favorite sports to watch. I love watching like a good swim match, man. Like, again, just nothing beats just seeing like freaking races going on. They move so fast, and I've always wanted to do that. Body armor for us heavy guys are difficult to come by, so I started modifying my gear and learning to sew to make outfits for big enough to fit. Examples, like me just go, I see, 0926. Again, those XL plate carriers, I definitely will say, I've met a lot of really big guys, both big and incredibly tall people, just really big people in general, and they've all said like great things about the XL plate carriers, that they work very, very well for their needs, and they are size adjustable as well. All right, keeps going through. My bad, guys. East Coast, call it a power nap. No worries, dude. No worries. Let's see here. This comes from Crystal Miller. I got a Lancer Tactical Gen 3. What upgrades would you recommend without voiding the warranty, if any? So technically speaking, any upgrade will, for the most part, void your warranty. However, the easiest one to do, and that can be easily swapped back out, would be doing a barrel and bucking upgrade. Doing a barrel and bucking swap, and that's number one upgrade everyone should be doing for their airsoft guns, right? Now, Lancer Tactical does come included with a 603 Type inner barrel, which is great, which is good. However, it could be better. Same thing with their bucking. I would always recommend, if you're just looking for the best bang for your buck and the quality and performance, go for the Unicorn, man. Unicorn Airsoft inner barrel. Their AEG inner barrels will actually be a combo. It'll actually come included with not only the inner barrel, but the bucking and the hop-up nub as well, giving you near R-hop levels of consistency. It's crazy. It's incredible, like how much of a performance difference you will see with the Unicorn stuff, especially for the price point. Especially for the price, you were getting these for a hell of a deal. There do exist other brands, yes, out there, and I've tried a lot of them, and they offer great performance. But again, I've seen the Unicorn in action. They're too good, especially when they come included with the bucking and hop-up nub. It's just too good. It's just too good to pass up. So I would say get the link that you need for yours, for your Gen 3, and go with one of those. It's going to be one of the easiest upgrades you can do. Right? At that point, you don't really need too much, and that's kind of been the trend for a lot of airsoft guns, making guns that are really, really solid performing guns right from the box that don't need any sort of additional work in order for them to be competitive. And I think that's a good thing. I want to give a shout out to Chef, my man, my boy, Chef Pandakage, got himself 15 entries into the Shopping Spree giveaway. Alex got himself 5 entries into the Shopping Spree giveaway. Again, you guys can get those extra chances of winning $1,000 as well, but you got to get your orders in before the end of the stream. We got 32 minutes? 32 minutes of the stream left before we close out for the night, and this promotion is coming to a close. Remember, every order for a Mayo Gang MGC4 will be getting you 50 entries into the Shopping Spree giveaway. Every $50 you spend gets you 5 entries in the Shopping Spree giveaway, and Arbiter with the 15 as well. Again, appreciate every single one of you guys placing your orders. For any of my new guys watching the live stream, this can be you. You too can be the next big winner. I cannot tell you how many times a newer player actually was the winner of a Shopping Spree giveaway, and would have been if they had actually pulled through and watched the live streams. For any of my new guys that are just watching right now, you guys have the highest odds of winning these Shopping Spree, because beginner's luck is 100% a thing. But again, you're not going to be able to go ahead and do so unless you play the game. So get your orders in now while you guys can. I'm in New York, but it's not bad at all. But I'm from Long Island. Okay, I see. Had the Bifrost Raider on Trinity's MTC4 and normal on mine. Okay, yeah, the Bifrost is cool. Bifrost is a really, really cool one as well. That's a good option. It still looks pretty decent. I've got one. It can DM you a pick of mine with that on. Nice. Looking at the Wolf Sport, tactical skeleton plate carrier, but don't know how it would fit. Stray Raw, bear in mind, all the plate carriers are going to be adjustable. They are indeed going to be adjustable. I do get what you are saying. Right, you want to make sure if for whatever reason it doesn't fit, again, you are eligible to go ahead and do an exchange for a different one. Again, as long as you keep all the retail packaging it came with, you keep the plate carrier nice and pristine. And, you are more than welcome to go ahead and do an exchange as well. That's an option that we always offer. And speaking of which, if you guys ever did need help with an order, make sure to go ahead and use the live chat function on the website. Don't be afraid to reach out for any sort of assistance. Or maybe you're just looking for product recommendations. If, just make sure to keep our business hours in mind. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can message us right here in this little text bubble on the bottom right-hand side. Use that to go ahead and get in contact with us. When we get a message, it'll be any one of the members of the Mayo Gang crew, whether it be myself, you can be Cisco, Boaz, anyone here at GI. I'll be able to go ahead and assist you and get you the answers that you need or get you assisted further. So feel free to go ahead and use that for any sort of assistance. And then because it's 11 p.m. here in New York City, hope everyone has a great night. Calvino, you have yourself a good night as well. Recommendations on a vest, plate carrier, etc. for P90, aiming for something sleek, but on the fence about the Condor Molly vest. Okay, here's the thing. Condor Molly vest and Condor plate carriers in general are going to be fantastic, my guy. They are fantastic. I think ultimately it's not going to be a matter of what plate carrier. It's going to be more so a matter of the pouches. The pouches are going to be the biggest thing that I would say that you would want to look for. But in terms of just finding a new rig, like a new plate carrier for yourself, I would probably say maybe go for something along the lines. I guess it depends on what you want to do and what your play style is too, though, right? I would say maybe if you want something, honestly, these slick multi-mission play carriers are also pretty sick. I think hook this up, like this would probably be something that I would recommend. Here's why. If you notice that these guys are going to be using, right? Look at this. Yeah. You guys can see it right there. These guys, actually, I'll do the picture. You see even more. Yeah, these guys are going to be using a very, very sleek profile. They are using an elastic cummerbund, right, which is really cool. I had to pay extra for mine, so it's, it kind of hurts that they're coming included with it, but it's okay. Very thin shoulder straps, which is a good thing, actually. The thinner the shoulder straps, it's going to be a lot easier for you to feel comfortable, especially when you're shouldering your gun. That's something that I learned the hard way, because a lot of my plate carriers actually have really big shoulder straps, which look cool until you have to aim down sights with it, right, until you try to shoulder it as well. Kind of get in the way, but this is going to be a hook and loop panel right here. Even on the cummerbund itself, there's hook and loop panel on the arms right here, where you would attach it to the plate carrier, and it has the little buckles right here, so you can use the Swift Clip system style like placards that we actually have quite a bit of now on the site, which is really cool to see. So you can buy multiple of those placards, right, and set them up for different types of pouches. So if you wanted a P90 setup, you got yourself an SMG setup, you have one. If you want some for like 5.56 magazines, or maybe some for like 7.62, like 308 battle rifle style mags, there you go. It's gonna be very easy to do so. This one is probably gonna be, and it's like what, $59? That's a pretty good steal, honestly, for what you're getting, and it's pretty slick as well. Again, the elastic cummerbund is what really sells it for me, because it's gonna be very, very comfortable. I've used them before. I've used elastic cummerbunds, and they are a game changer, man. They really help slim down the profile, and they feel like you're just getting hugged. It just feels really, really nice. Also want to give a shout out to Chad. Looks like you just became a Chad yourself, actually. You got yourself 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Again, guys, you can be just like Chad, Arbiter, Alex, Chef, and so much more that have gotten their extra entries into this week's shopping spree giveaway, but you got to get your orders in now while you can. We have 27 minutes left of the live stream before we close out, so order now while you guys can. But yeah, that would be one that I would suggest if you wanted something that was a little more slick. But again, that's just one personal recommendation, honestly. There are so many options now that we have available. Cameron Norris, would you recommend something like the KJW M9? You can use the KJW M9. There's nothing wrong with one of those. They definitely are a little bit older, but they do work. They definitely get the job done for sure. For M9s, I'll be honest, my personal favorite one is the Elite Force one, because it's CO2 powered and capable of full auto. But there's nothing wrong with the KJW ones either. KJW M9. right? They have been around for some time, and they do work. They do indeed work, and they are going for a pretty tempting price point. I would say it's worth it. I would 100% say it's worth it. Magazines are still available for these as well. But yeah, I would say, yeah, why not? If you're an enthusiast of M9s like I am, I would say, especially at that price of like, what, 116, 112? Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. I would say, again, though, just get them in now while you can, because, again, you want to get those extra entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Crystal Miller, are you going to do a comparison of Lance Tactical Gen 4 and Gen 3? Probably. We're more than likely going to be doing a big video on the Gen 4 when it does actually get released. We're probably going to do like a much bigger, like in-depth review for the Gen 4, which again was you guys were bound to see it. It was bound to happen. I think being able to compare it to, it's going to be inevitable. Comparing it, what you get in the Gen 4 compared to the Gen 3, right? What are the benefits of it? That's going to happen. That's for sure going to happen. Straight roll, the Lancer has a quick release, have a big boy friendly option. That's true, they do indeed. Okay, answer that one as well. Okay, I think we should be caught up. Let's scroll down the most recent comments and questions. Remember, guys, the discounts we got going on right now: 10% off popular parts, 10% off BBs, batteries, etc., all your essentials, 10% off popular airsoft guns, 20% off Lancer Tactical Pro lines, 20% off TAC gear, 10% off MDC4 series, and 10% off magazines. There's a lot of discounts going on. But you guys got to get yourself this. Take advantage of the discounts going on right now. Because, again, a lot of these are going to be ending by the end of the night. So, make sure to go and place your orders now while you guys can. You have 25 minutes left of the live stream to go before we close out. And it's curtains for the stream. And remember, every $50 you spend gets you 5 chances. So, don't miss out. Isaias, drink some water. Yes. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, that's a very nice LaCroix. Crystal Miller, after we ship it up to you, yes. Normal processing time is about 48 business hours. So about 2 business days usually. But it also depends. Sometimes it can actually go out faster. It just depends on what the item is itself. But yeah, it usually doesn't take that long to go ahead and ship out. Let's see your entry. And if you ever have any questions too, if you ever want to get an ETA, if it hasn't shipped out already, what you can do is you can message us using the live chat function on the website. I'll show it off one more time. Why not? Right there on the bottom right-hand side. You can go ahead and use that during our business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you will be able to go ahead and get an ETA on your shipment as well. If you didn't get a tracking number for some reason, if it hasn't already shipped out, we can get that for you too. Let's see here. Make sure I'm missing anything. Robert, 7. Okay. Oh, Robert got himself 70 entries. He got himself hella vouchers. I mean, hey, that's one way to do it. That is one way to do it. Robert got himself 70 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Holy shit. Make sure to go and get your orders in, guys. Don't miss out. 70. God damn, Robert. All right, let's see. Yes, answer that one. Make sure I'm missing anything. Do the entries reset every week? Yes. They do indeed reset every week. So the way the shopping spree giveaway works, I'll go ahead and link the rules to the giveaway itself on the live chat as well, just so you guys can go ahead and read it for yourselves. When we do a shopping spree giveaway, right, on that Thursday, we count all the orders that were placed from the previous Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, till that Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Within that week time frame, all the orders $20 or greater that were placed within that time frame are counted, and those are the ones that are put into the raffle process and randomized to find the winner. So every week they go ahead and the entries reset, right? As soon as 8:30 hits, that's it. So it's very, very simple, very, very easy. We've been doing the shopping spree giveaway for 2 years, a little over 2 years now. It's crazy when we think about it that way. Let's see here. Make sure I'm missing anything. Looking at getting my first GBR. What do you think of the... If you're thinking, if you think about the King Arms, I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't, honestly. If you're looking at like GVRs, honestly, your best bet, if you want our honest opinion, you're not really going to be able to find a GVR system that is going to be decent under $300. It just is an unfortunate reality. There really isn't. And I know like a lot of people want to get into the gas blowback game and they see how pricey it is, so they're trying to save themselves as much money as possible. But there's a reason they're expensive. There's a reason that gas blowbacks are expensive. If you honestly want like the best foolproof answer is like what gas blowback platform to get yourself a Tokyo Marui MWS. Get yourself an MWS. Are they discounted right now? Let me double check. They might be discounted right now. MWS. Are they? Are they? My God, they are. They are indeed discounted right now. Normally $620. They're discounted to $496. Holy shit. They're discounted to $496 right now. That is a steal. If you guys haven't, make sure to hop on this now while you guys can. Yeah, and MWS, you're going to find a plethora of aftermarket parts and still more coming out for it as we speak, literally. This is going to be the platform that a lot of companies are going to be cloning. We've already seen them starting to experiment as well. We're probably going to get a sample in of a clone of this actually pretty soon, so more info on that as we get it. But yeah, man, that is going to be your best bet if you wanted a gas blowback platform that was going to have a lot of parts for, all the magazines were going to be available for it. Again, just that is going to be the best option. Now, if you wanted the second best option, in my honest opinion, go for a KWA LM4. Right, a lot of them are going to be sold out right now because again, they work. That's what law enforcement likes to use a lot of because again, they're simple, they get the job done, and they probably have the most satisfying recoil, or recoil like blowback action that you can get. And then third would probably have to be, yeah, I'm gonna have to say third is gonna end up being WeTech just because again, they've been around for some time. And you can still find parts for them out in the wild, but again, they are going to be a little bit of a project on when you first get them. All right, looks like Bossman wants to go ahead and chime in. Let's go ahead and give him a call. Let's see here.
So, I want to touch base on this real quick.
Sure.
I must thank my friend, very good friend, Unicorn Airsoft. He educated me on a lot of GBBR stuff, especially the AR stuff, okay? Now, anything out of China, don't touch it with 10-foot pole at this moment, okay? Because they have, number one, I don't know if any of you guys know this. It is illegal to own real firearms. Number two, only certain manufacturers can legally manufacture airsoft guns. What does that really mean? That means a lot of people don't know what the gun is. Okay? Airsoft AEG is a lot more close to, how should I put this, like an RC car than a real firearm. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, the way it operates, it's like a sewing machine almost. It's like an RC car. Yeah, it's not. It's not a very realistic interpretation of an actual firearm.
Yeah. So GBBR requires a lot of stuff. The material it uses, you can't just use anything that's hard or that's strong or whatever. It's different than, like, let's say gearbox. Oh, they just make it with very strong aluminum or whatever alloys, right? Or gear set, they just make it all steel out of it, or piston, they just make the key all steel, try to make it indestructible. It's not like that. The O-ring matters. China don't have very good O-ring, especially for hobby stuff like airsoft. Like some polymer material that can handle the temperature. Okay. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. A lot of this material that is crucial to the operation of a gas blowback, they're not really up to snuff, at least not yet anyway, in terms of like anything coming from China.
It's going to take 4 to 5 years. And the reason why China manufacturers start kicking into gear on this, because there's nothing else you can do on AEG.
Kind of peaked out at this point.
Yeah, it is peaked in terms of technology. I mean, unless we have what those European were thinking about, like a rail gun. That's kind of crazy. No, they did. They even tried to do pre-orders on a railgun style gearbox.
I was thinking something that would like be along the lines of like compatible with like Google Glass or something. Like those like those headsets that you take around where you don't even have to pull a trigger.
No. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. You know how railgun utilize negative and positive, like
magnets,
electricity,
yeah,
magnets. So they were trying to make it like negative, positive, so to move some sort of piston fast enough.
That'd be very interesting to see. I don't think that took it didn't take off, right? That wasn't actually.
No. It didn't even pass anything. They took the money and ran.
Whoa.
Yeah. So nothing happened to that. Anyways, back to the GBBR. So the Chinese GBBRs are technically designed and they got the information from Hong Kong. Hong Kong temperature is very, very, very friendly for GBBR because it's just warm all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the wintertime, it's warm. Their cold is kind of like our 60s, 70s. Okay, so when they come up with something, because they fed the ideas to let's say Army Armament, to Double Eagle, to Sima, they get stuck with the local temperatures because most of the factories are south part of China too. So it's kind of like whenever they test stuff out, when you take that same gun to Japan, to Europe, to let's say North America, it will automatically be inefficient. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, it's designed for optimal weather. It needs to be tested in areas where, again, it's not going to be the same conditions as in Hong Kong. Gas blowback weather is always going to be summer. The warmer, the better. But a lot of parts of the United States do not have, the same temperature, or even around the world. So yeah, it's going to fail.
No, we're not south enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with Taiwan, the difference is that they start out with airsoft GBB stuff very early, so they went through the pain already. They understand what kind of O-ring they should be using. They understand what type of plastic material, like let's say the shuttle. I mean, the blowback housing, etc., right? So if you guys want to buy cheaper, let's say GBBR at this moment, KWA is fairly cheap, right?
It's cheaper than Toki Marui, for sure.
Yeah. Toki Marui NWS is kind of like high kappa, and the KWA is kind of like its own system, so you can't really say it sucks. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can use it, you can have fun. The G&G, they have their own system too, and the way they did it was they lightened up the boat so much, it makes it a lot more efficient. So I think that's another good GBBR startup. I understand there are some Western Arm clones or Western Arm DNA systems like the
Golden Eagles.
No, don't even mention Golden Eagle. It's terrible. They're just like working models. They just put it like that. There's no way for you to game with it. I'm talking about from Taiwan, like BFC.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like it still has a DNA from
Western Arms.
Western Arms, okay. It's decent, but you can't have it here because it's too close to a real firearm. The pin settings and all that kind of stuff are very similar. So a lot of importer won't touch it.
Sure, yeah.
A lot of good choices and somewhat affordable. The Wii open bolt. You can get that, upgrade it with the unicorn barrel and bucking, and you have a very decent gun.
My only problem with the Wii Tech stuff was that the freaking bolt catch freaking failed. Yeah.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, try to think of something more affordable than let's say an NWS. And obviously now the the KJW that I don't even want to call it a resurgence. It just all of a sudden it showed up in the market again. It's not a terrible system.
Mm-hmm.
It's just its own too, and it's even less popular than KWA. So you buy it, that's pretty much it. It may not fail on you. You just can't really do a lot of internal upgrades. That's about it. And sometimes you really don't need the internal upgrades. You know what I mean?
I think if a gun's good enough as is, like if it performs well and it has a good like OEM like in terms of like reliability, the parts after a year still hold up. I think that's kind of the biggest thing more than anything, and I think most people that especially are going for gas blowback rifles, I think they're okay with it honestly, which is why I'm especially at that price right now because we got these discounted those KJWs. They got the what is it the CQBR? That one's discounted to like 360. It's actually pretty good. That's comparing it to WeTech prices.
So, what's his name? Drex?
Oh, Drexen?
Drexen was asking, like, if King Arm is... No, don't ever buy any King Arm's GBBR. I don't know if you know that. Where our upstairs office is at? It used to be Boneyards for King Arm's GBBR.
I remember the upstairs used to be all Boneyard. Yeah, I do remember when it was all Boneyard for a while.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, the failure rate is way too high. And that is actually 100% Western Arm DNA. I'm not saying Western Arm is bad. I'm saying is Western Arm is the closest thing to a real firearm, but yet they gear more toward that than gaming. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm. They're not meant to be played with.
A little bit different. Yeah. The NWS is literally, it's similar to real firearm, but yet you can game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, I get it.
I understand trigger box is 100% different and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I was, we were talking about all the pricings, and when it all boils down to, I would say still stick with the good old NWS.
Yeah, I mean, it is unfortunate that, gas blowbacks at this point in time are still going to be pricey. And I know why people look at those other options because, again, they're cheaper. They are cheaper, and people really want to get into the scene without having to spend a ton of money. But at this point in time, you are going to have to, like, even Drexen says, yeah, I guess I'm going to should skip the GVR and start saving up for a TM. Then, yeah, save up for a TM. Or if you do want something in the meantime, again, the KJWs, a lot of them are discounted right now. WeTechs are also good. LM4 is also a good option, too, if you have a little bit more. But yeah, those are all going to be fantastic options. Honestly, I actually got to get a little bit of hands-on time with the KJW, and they shoot pretty good. They actually shoot pretty hot too.
So, on the Maruis, you just have to remember something. It is designed for the dust gas. So eventually, you still have to upgrade the internal to, let's say, the Unicorn. But once you have that, it's going to be a beater. And if you watch a lot of, I'm not sure if you do this, Isaiah. I watch about 5 or 6 European YouTube kids or guy that talk about the GBVR comparison. How do they like the Novisky M4 or the Sima system? It's really funny. I mean, all of them are talking about it's affordable. But, you gotta, once you get it, you gotta start upgrading it.
Immediately.
I mean, what's the point then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, you can buy it for the show and just upgrade it with a bunch of, Marui parts, Marui compatible parts. So you might as well start with something that the spec out correctly. See, a lot of times, this will go back to how, hey, why you guys don't push the Marui high Kappa? I'm gonna tell you something, because the Marui high Kappa it's almost full plastic, especially the upper part. That's why. But the NWS is different. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. Like, again, it's just the high Kappa is a very old gun and it's been around for a very long time. And while it is good and it did set the standard, it's using all plastic, not even polymer, just all plastic. And again, it's one of those things that when people buy it, it's one of those. At the minute they get it, it's going to be immediately swapping out a lot, if not most, of the plastic components for metal ones. The MWS is cool because they actually come included with a metal receiver set, which is pretty sweet. It still needs, to be swapped out and I would say upgraded at some point because it's meant to be used with duster gas, like you said. And we're overusing here, we're using green gas, so I definitely would recommend reinforcing it, maybe swapping out some parts, for some unicorns in the future. But I mean, it's again, I feel 100% comfortable recommending the MWS as a platform to most players looking for a gas blowback.
On the double eagle system, on the Sama system, the one of the things that you need to swap out immediately are the O-rings. you gotta go find the Taiwanese imported ones or European ones or even Japanese ones.
Yeah, like you were saying, the Chinese O-rings are just not good.
Yeah, they're not good. I know they did buy Taiwanese O-ring, try to build them, but they haven't re-up on it. So that means however the batch they used the Taiwanese O-ring is probably all gone, or I don't know, maybe the earlier batch. I don't know, but one of the biggest failure that Unicorn kind of told me is the bolt on the double eagle system terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The cooldown, in fact, again, that thing was designed by somebody. Take a look at the movie and all that kind of stuff. But where the factory is, where the designers are coming from, it's warm. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna perform better there.
That's why when the British people gets it, like when you see all those reviews about it, the gas efficiency is a little bit on the desire.
Yeah, it makes sense. They're colder climate. It wasn't designed to work in that environment.
Yeah. So that's that. Where's Cisco been? He's been around.
Yeah, he's been here. He was here yesterday. He was here yesterday. He helped me record a ton of social media.
So again, Drixon, save up the money. I would say stick with the NWS system. You can do a lot of stuff to it. I mean, you see people upgrading with different rails, different, a lot of different stuff. So stick with that. For now.
Yeah,
now,
both.
Back to what I'm saying. I would say within 3 to 4 years, China factories will catch up.
It's gonna be a cool day when that happens. When we're gonna start seeing some really, really solid picks.
No. I don't know. It's yes or no, right? A lot of people complain about Lancer had to go Gen 1, right? The Cyma full plastic, whatever, the other shop call it full plastic sport line or whatever they want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is right now for all those GBBR coming out from China. You understand what I mean?
Again, I just want progress to move forward again, so that way when they do come up, we can start. Because again, it's gonna start somewhere. You know what I mean? Again, the sooner that can happen, when we can start getting more, then that means okay, now the demands are gonna start increasing, right? We're gonna demand more in terms of performance. We're gonna have to start engineering the shit out of those, just like they did with the AEG.
So, I mean, I do hope they will do it in 3 to 4 years, but it all goes down to one thing. China has been making, pistols for a while now. They still have not perfected it. So what I'm trying to say is, in 3 to 4 years, they're gonna have somewhat of a good GBBR, similar to their pistols right now. You following me?
Yeah, I get you.
But if you're talking about the craftsmanship or the stuff that they will be using in there to outshine NWS, I have my reservation.
No, of course you don't want to put all your eggs in a basket, right? And bet on it. Like I don't think it would be a wise decision either.
No, again, it's not really that. It's you have to understand how China manufacture works and to come up with what I just told you. So please listen to me carefully. I'm not saying they won't catch up. I'm saying the process going to be slow. So in 3 to 4 years, it's going to be the current, out of China pistol. You understand what I mean? Kind of like the Golden Eagle pistol, kind of like the Army armament pistol, kind of like a lot of pistol that people are buying right now. But if you take a look at, I'm being very honest here, okay? If you take a look at that craftsmanship, and then compare to, let's say, a G&G, you can see there are a lot more engineering going into the G&G ones.
Of course, that's that Taiwan engineering right there.
You can see the craftsmanship is a little bit different. I'm not talking about Wii. Obviously, Wii is kind of like the Chinese stuff.
Yeah.
But if you take a look at some of those guns, you'll be like, I'm not saying like G&G is like the best, pistol makers or whatever.
No, but there is a difference in quality.
On some, I'm not talking about design too. I to be honest with you, I think their designs are very toyish, but I think the engineers are good. That's a difference. You kind of understand what I'm saying?
I get it. No, I get that perspective. They definitely put a lot of time and resources into engineering the internals for sure. And not saying that their externals are bad. No, of course not. But I do get what you're saying, that they are a little toyish. I know exactly what you're talking about. I do know what you mean.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's. I'm sorry, Drixon. I mean, you probably be like, oh man.
No. He actually put in the chat. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate the help.
Yeah, and hopefully this will help a lot of people too. I mean, I'm not saying buying a KWA is a bad choice, or I'm not saying buying let's say a KJW or a Wii or something like that is a bad choice. It's really up to you guys, and you can see the price differences. Okay, that's it.
No worries. All right. Have yourself a good night. There you go. All right, sweet. Guys, that is literally going to be at the very end of the live stream, guys. Big shout out to everyone that placed their orders during the duration of the live stream. You guys will be getting your extra entries into this week's $1,000 shopping spree giveaway. So, and again, that's happening in 2 days. 2 more days. I'll go ahead and link it one more time. You guys can read the rules all for yourselves on the website. Get your orders in now while I can. Right now, the promotion has ended. Right, the 50 or getting 5 for 50 has ended. However, you can still take advantage of all these sales going on right now. Many of these are going to be coming to a close, like in just like a few hours, if that. So get your orders in now while you can. You can get 15 entries into the shopping spree when you order yourself a 2024 Platinum Hot Releases mystery box. You'll get 15 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway as well. But you got to get your orders in now before it's too late. Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is going to be the cutoff time. Again, big shout out to everyone that was watching the live stream. Appreciate every single one of you for taking the time out of your day to tune in to this live stream. If you guys like the content that you guys are seeing, make sure that you continue to follow everything that we do. Make sure to go ahead and leave a like on the live stream itself. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon so you're notified every time we drop new content. Big shout out to Squirrely Nuts Airsoft. Make sure you guys go follow him as well on his personal YouTube channel. I'm going to be live streaming again tomorrow with my main man Boaz out in the storefront live stream as well. So make sure you